Welcome to the Live From Rest podcast. This is season 2, episode 1, and I'm delighted to be playing an interview that I had recently with my lovely daughter-in-law, Kara Smith, and together we consider the challenge to walk slow. I'm Steve Smith, your host and the author of the Live From Rest app, and in this podcast we take time to explore the ancient art of being. We host conversations, short talks and reflections about how we can live from rest in a world full of busyness and distraction. It's been a while since our last podcast, but I'm really pleased to be getting back into recording. I feel like we've got some great sessions coming up, including a telephone interview that I had a few weeks back with Shelley Miller. Shelley is a great author, including the author of a book called Rhythms of Rest, which I highly recommend to you if you haven't already come across it. And I really look forward to sharing that interview with you very soon. As regards the Live From Rest app, we've just uploaded some new meditations, which I trust you'll find very helpful. And going forward, we're really hopeful to be adding more meditations on a regular basis very soon. Do remember that the app is now completely free. We want as many people as possible to benefit from it. So if you don't have the app already, please do make sure that you go to the App Store or to Google Play Store and download it today. Discover meditation rooted in the way of Jesus and a life of peace with freedom from anxiety, worry, and strife. Please do review the app by simply going to the App Store or to Google Play Store. That really does help us. So I'm now going to play you the interview that I had with Kara. Kara's lovely voice will be familiar to many of you from listening to her meditations. We're going to be talking about the call of God for us to walk slow, and I hope that you'll enjoy the new meditation in the song section of the app, which features Kara singing her song. Well, hello, Kara.
Hi.
It's lovely to have you with us on this podcast.
Yeah, lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so you've been a part of our family now for quite a few years. I can't think how long it is.
Yeah, it'll be about 8.
And do you want to just tell our listeners how you came to be a part of our family?
Yeah, well, I met your lovely son in Toronto, where I'm from, in Canada, at a school of ministry. It was all based around music, actually. We met through music. He heard me singing and asked me to sing on one of his songs. And that's actually how we met and started liking each other. And then the rest was history, really. And then we just kept singing together continually, I guess, throughout our life now.
Tell us a little bit about your background. So
I'm from Burlington, Ontario. So I'm Canadian, but I feel like Josh sounds more Canadian than
Yes.
I do these days, or American than I do. I grew up 18 years there. I've got family, my mum and dad, my big brother, wonderful people. They let me fly across the ocean for a wonderful English boy.
And one of the great things that you and Josh do, apart from featuring on Live From Rest, of course, working on Live From Rest is something that I'm so excited about. But another wonderful, exciting ministry that you're both involved in is Orphan No More.
Yes.
Tell us about Orphan No More.
Yeah, Orphan No More is a creative collective, really, which started probably about our first year of marriage. So I guess 7 years ago, which was just our desire to see redemptive art created and released into the world to point people back to the gospel. And Orphan No More came from, I guess, John 14:18.
Yeah.
I will not leave you as orphans, but I will come to you.
Sure.
And we believe that singing songs that lead people overtly or non-overtly to the gospel is us just doing our part to sing a song that says, oh, you're not alone, really. There's a Father that loves you. And we have so many different artists. There's, folk singers, pop singers. Josh himself is a rapper, hip-hop artist. We had jazz singers, had loads of different different people, different genres. And the goal is really to create something that's going to make people wake up a little bit to the presence of God.
Sure.
So that's been a wild ride, a sweet journey. So where we started, Josh and I singing together, we just continue singing and writing together, but with our friends, with a collective of artists. So there's probably about 30 of us in the community, and we all write songs together, worship Jesus together, and it's a real gift.
It really is. Gift to the church. And I'm excited to hear about churches, various churches that are now singing your songs. We've got friends that sort of coincidentally have come across Orphan No More music and singing your songs in their church services. That's really taking off, isn't it? The whole worship band side of things.
Yes, exactly. And that has been, I guess it wasn't in our plan at all. But one of our founding members sadly passed away. But in that, we all came together to really want to hold on to Jesus in the midst of pain and loss and sorrow. And when you go through something together collectively, there's this, I don't know, strange solidification, or I don't know, just unity that comes because of a shared moment, whether it's positive or negative. And for us, we just really wanted to hold on to God in the midst of what we were going through. And and these songs have been birthed out of that place of how do you lament and how do you cry out to God and still hold that he's good at the same time. And so we're in awe of what God is doing with these songs, and we're so glad that people take them as their own, that they feel like they're theirs. And so even hearing people across the world playing them in their churches, thinking, how did they hear it? Because we just play them in our living room with, our friends. But we're excited to see where it goes and what God does with it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I'm excited about on the app, on the Live From Rest app, is having songs, just a word and song section. And by the time this recording goes out, I hope we'll have one of your songs, which we'll come to in a minute. But the song that is actually on the app now is the song Even Now, isn't it? Yes. And you were just talking about the loss that you as a community went through. Do you want to just tell us about the song Even Now?
Yeah, absolutely. Even Now is a precious song to us. We wrote it the night our friend Esther Moore passed away, but we wrote it in contending for her healing, which comes out of the story of Lazarus. Mary and Martha, if you were only here, our brother wouldn't have died. But say the word even now, and it shall be. And this beautiful lament of even now we'll believe that you can heal her or raise her. And then when that didn't happen, the song kind of transferred over to the other side of, well, even now you're still good. Yeah. Even now you are who you say you are. And that song, even now, is one that holds my hope a lot of the time. When I feel, where's it going? where do I turn? Or what do I think of all these things? But he is who he says he is. And so that song, we played it, the night she passed away, and then the morning that we heard the news. And so it's just carried us as a community as well. For different people, it's different things. Different journeys. But the thought of my hope can still be in God, even though I don't understand, or even though there's mystery to this, or even when something goes wrong, all those moments in life that happen on a daily basis, even now we're still going to believe that he can do what we haven't seen, even when we hoped for it. And it's really helped heal me a lot and help me grieve all at the same time. So
you said, even now, I believe that God is good. I think a lot of people, or maybe most of us, have at some time been disappointed. Maybe disappointed in God, because we've really believed that if we have enough faith and we say the right prayers, he will come through and we will see victory, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen as we want. And I can certainly think of people who have maybe even lost their faith, or at least their faith has been really severely challenged because of the disappointment in the way things have worked out. but there is such there's healing, as you said, if we can, regardless of the circumstances, choose to believe that God is good, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So and I love the name Orphan No More.
Yes.
We going back to what we were saying earlier, and it's Jesus doesn't want us to live as orphans, does he?
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I don't know how long I've been a Christian for quite a long time. It's only really in the second half of my Christian experience, my Christian journey, that I've been aware of that concept. Not even the second half, maybe the second quarter, last quarter of my Christian journey. I've been aware of this sort of concept, if you like, of the orphan heart, as opposed to a heart of sonship. And that's a really helpful distinction, isn't it? Because so many of us do live as orphans.
Yes,
don't we?
Absolutely.
We live as though we weren't sons or daughters.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, very easy thought patterns of I'm alone and no one's with me, no one knows me, no one understands me. All these things that are subtleties in our society all the time, bettering ourselves to make ourselves something better, bigger, wonderful, more than we truly are. But when we settle into our sonship, it's, well, I am enough.
Absolutely.
In the Father's eyes, I am enough.
Yeah.
And an orphan never thinks that. An orphan will think I have to scrape and strive and fight for what's mine. But what if everything was shared, everything was laid on the table, because there is more than enough in the kingdom of God, and you sit at that table because you're a son through Jesus. So I think it's a freedom that is a daily choice, definitely in our mindsets and in our hearts. Do we really believe he's a good father? Do we really believe he's with us no matter what's happening? And that's a paradigm. That's a slow paradigm shift, I think.
Yeah.
But he's faithful to not leave us in that. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I love what you are all doing through Orphan No More. And I'm also delighted that you are a contributor to Live From Rest.
Yes, it's an honour.
I'm really hoping that we can get some more recordings. You've done a bunch of recordings in the past that we've got on the app, and you did some a little while ago, didn't you? Which hopefully very soon we will get edited and have on the app as well. And I'm really delighted, Kara, that you use the app.
Oh yeah, all the time. I enjoy slowing myself down. I think that's really helpful for me and my anxieties or my own personal journeys, to really slow down and connect with God. And I think it's an attractive thing to really be able to understand ourselves and understand that God is with us in whatever we're going through. So, but yeah, I listen to a lot, all of them really. But I've been using one because Josh and I have wonderful news that we are pregnant.
Yeah, we're so
which is
delighted
so
for you.
Great. And that's been a journey, but it's here now. So praise Jesus. And so I've used the pregnancy, expecting mothers, meditation a few times, to keep my thoughts in check as well. Because really, as a new first mother, I've thought, oh my goodness, what's happening? One, to my body, two, to the rest of my point of views, and my emotions all over the place. And it's really helped ground me, helped me to bless my baby and bless what's going on in my body as well. So any expecting or new mothers out there, please do send it on to anyone that you think is pregnant, because it's a real tool to help ground you in the midst of, well, a lot of emotional chaos sometimes, but and a lot of changes, and it just helps root me. So
great.
I've really enjoyed it.
I'm really glad you like that. So that's in the specials section of the app. For those of you that use the app, you'll be aware that we've got these different categories. One is specials, and we've got a meditation there for expectant mothers, and we hope to put more on for certain situations that people will find helpful. So Kara, you've told us a little bit about Orphan No More, and you've produced your own album as well, which has been out a year or two.
Well, quite a while.
Yeah,
quite a few
maybe.
years. Quite a few years
I'm losing
it's
track
been
of
out.
time.
Yes.
It's been out for a while, and there's one that really fits in with this whole theme of living from rest, isn't there? And it's called Walk Slow, and I just love that title. Tell us about Walk Slow.
Yeah, Walk Slow has been, I guess, my mantra, if you will. given from Jesus. But it's the concept really is to be present in life, to slow down enough, to go against really what the kind of the rushes and pressures and anxieties of the world and of our own experiences, to slow down enough to really see God's beauty in everything. That there is a moment, even if it's dark or it's the brightest of day, there is beauty in every single moment because God is with us. And walk slow, God says it to me a lot because I need to hear it a lot, is to really slow down, that nothing needs to be rushed in the kingdom. God is never, if you look at the Gospels, Jesus was never in a hurry,
No.
ever.
No.
And I love that Dallas Willard actually says that that's one thing that Jesus was never portrayed, rushed.
No.
Always there for the person in front of him, always there for what God wanted to do. And there's something even in that of how we can connect with each other. But I think live from rest and walk slow is very similar because it's giving you a tool, giving you a moment, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of let's practice how to slow down on our own with God. So then when you're with someone, how can you slow down enough to see the gospel in them or see the need in them? And I'm a trained counselor when I'm not doing music. And so for me, that practice is really, really big. It's really helpful for me because to really stay with someone and journey with someone wherever they're coming from is a tool that I need. So yeah, the concept really of there is beauty in every moment.
Yeah.
And we actually have the opportunity, the gift really, of slowing down enough to see it and taste it and enjoy it. And the bridge at the end, it talks about you will see, what you haven't seen yet. You will experience what you hope will happen. And I was thinking about it yesterday actually, and there's so much in our culture that says everything has to happen right now, instantly. Everything, we need to have all the ducks in a row, all the understanding. And I think especially in a Christian faith, there's so much mystery in God. There's so much to search out. There's so much to seek and find in him. But there's also this amazing opportunity to go slow. Yeah. I think God, as a father, wants us to be children. And I don't know, my nieces, your grandchildren, walking with the smallest one, Maxie takes ages because he looks at everything, picks up everything. It is a slow walk. And God really spoke to me in the midst of a very hard time, depression and anxiety years ago, to just walk slow instead of trying to fix it all. Sure. To walk like a child, which would be just notice that rock or that thing or that bird in a tree, or which slowed me down enough to say, oh, actually everything is okay. Because even in Matthew it talks about the birds of the sky, they don't do anything, they don't toil, and God takes care of them. He does. So don't be anxious about anything. And I think live from rest gives the tools and really practical tools to be able to not be anxious. It's a hard thing in this world. So the song itself, I wrote it to remind myself, really, one, that God is with us, holding our hand as little children and being the Father that he is to us. Brilliant. We can trust him.
Great. Well, we'll finish this podcast by playing that song, if that's okay with you.
Fantastic.
And we're also going to put the song on the app so people can hopefully I'll get you to record a little introduction. Great. To be still and prepare your heart to meet with God and then listen to the song. Before we play that though, just one final thing. You mentioned that you do some counselling and you've got an online ministry, haven't you? Yes. Let me offer you a little plug. And people don't need to be living near you in Bath, in England, do they? They can be in America or Australia, or wherever. Tell us about your little ministry.
Yes, I have two ministries. One is called Healthy Strong, and it's a program, 3-month program that is used to equip people to understand themselves holistically. So I say holistically because we're triune beings, so body, soul, and spirit. So understanding that those working together are a powerful tool, not just one, but all three. And I work as a counsellor within that, and work with a nutritionist and a spiritual director to help people get unstuck in their life, really, and see the vision of what they want to be in life, which is healthy and strong, not just perfect, but healthy and strong.
Yeah, and they can find you on
healthystrong.org.
healthystrong.org. So have a look at that if you want to meet with Cara and get some help. And so you're going to say something else?
No, that's all, and it's all done via Skype calls, so you can be anywhere, just like you said.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
fantastic. Well, Cara, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I hope I'll be able to do this again with you before too long.
Yes.
So
we're families.
We are indeed. So let's say goodbye for now, and we will finish this podcast with Walk Slow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Walk slow, my girl. You can take the shoes from your feet. Walk slow, my girl. You don't have to move to the hustle and bustle of the world. Whoa. See my beauty and everything. Walk slow, my girl, 'cause I created it all for you. Walk slow, my girl, so you can hear me calling you home. Sometimes it takes a long road to get home. Sometimes it takes a long road to get home. But you will see what you can't see yet, and you will see with every step. Sometimes it takes a long road to get home. Sometimes it takes a long road to get home. But you will see what you can't see, and you will see